Okay, hi. My name is Ray Naylor, and this program is called Artists You Should Know About. And my guest today, and I'm real pleased to have Nora Whittaker. Hey, Nora.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, excellent.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other a little bit.
I know. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to hear a song in a minute. But how would you classify your music if you had to put a genre on it?
I guess I would call it kind of blue-eyed soul,
Mm-hmm.
R&B influenced, singer-songwriter stuff.
Okay. Tell you what, let's give it a listen.
Okay, sure. No, the leaves on the arbor are winding, but it's not like a sickle of shame. Oh, my needs are so complex and binding. Oh, make me some rain today. Oh, my love is the lark of my morning, but I cannot tell you his name, for I cannot relent to his loving. Don't make me some rain today. Make me some rain and complete the cycle. Wash away the waste and the shame. Fill me up to the top of my circle. And oh Lord, make me some rain. I would wander the depths of the ocean, and I would scour the sand on the shore, but it still would not fill up my yearning, and I still would ask you for more. Make me some rain and complete the cycle. Wash away the waste and the shame. Fill me up to the top of my circle. And oh Lord, make me some rain.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Now the keyboard is your instrument.
My voice is my
and your
instrument.
voice
Yes.
too. How long have you been did you learn how to play piano as a child?
I learned how to play piano in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother took piano lessons, and I would always try to learn his songs.
Right.
So finally, my parents let me take lessons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, when you were a kid, did you like sing in school stuff and so forth and so
I
on?
did musical theater, and I actually did some theater outside of school as well.
Uh-huh. And how about songwriting? When did you start doing that?
I started doing that when I was a little girl. I mean,
Did you?
Yeah. My first song, my mom wrote down for me, and it was like, I like to sing, I like to sing, I sing in the morning, I sing in the evening, I sing no matter what happens, I like to sing. That's the song.
Now you have do you still have a band?
No, I'm
Was
not
that
playing with anybody currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you did have a band. Your last CD was your whole band, right?
Well, my last CD was actually with a hip-hop-based, Philadelphia-based hip-hop group called The Hustle.
Uh-huh.
Which was fronted by MC Kufnats, with a wonderful group of musicians. But before that, I had a band, the Nora Whittaker Band, with Ben Cleel and Dan Quill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's who plays on my last CD.
Okay. Tell you what, let's hear if you do another song for us.
Sure. This is a new song. Just a little broke, you and me on a seesaw, merchrome on a spoke.
Nice.
Thank you.
One of the things that we have in this house, in addition to this show, is we have a house concert.
Okay.
And we're having one in a couple of weeks, and I thought we would do a little promotion on it. You know Terry Ravel
No,
from
I don't.
Jersey? I've known Terry forever. Anyway, he's going to be here on the 15th, and any of you from Philadelphia area, if you'd like to come, you'll just you can email me at raysings@gmail.com. Anyway, so let's give a little listen to Terry.
I set out on the road about 20 years ago. Whether I'll be going back, God only knows. I had a girl and a good life and left them far behind, to drag around my old 6th Street to see what I could find. I listened to those country songs on the radio. Then I learned to play 'em, write some of my own. All those feelings bottled up and no place.
Okay, again, that was Terry Ravel, and he will be he will be here on January 15th in the evening. And if you're in the Philly area and would like to come to the show, just email me at raysings@gmail.com. I wanted to ask you some things about songwriting, a little about your process. What is it?
It's totally right-brained, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of come up with the stuff. I've woken up in the morning and I just come up with a song. And usually it's the lyrics and the music together, and it's usually very vocally heavy. Like I have the melody in my head and a sense of what lyrics should go along with it, and that's just where I start.
Okay. If you were doing a songwriting class for people that wanted to be songwriters or wanted to write some songs, what would be like a tip that you might give them?
I think it's important to expose yourself to as much different music as possible. So, for example, I think people, especially when they're young songwriters, should listen to classical music. They should listen to jazz, blues, rock, singer-songwriter stuff, as wide of a range as possible, because you never know, you don't want to limit yourself with your writing. You never know where your influence is going to come from.
Now, you also have been writing music for like shows, right?
Right.
Talk a little bit about that.
I've done some commission writing for Vagabond Acting Troupe for some of their musicals for young singers. So I have like a restricted range to work in, and I write stuff that's kind of pop rock type stuff that fits in with the scripts that this woman, the facilitator Eileen McCullough, writes.
So how much of your time are you doing music?
It's like right now I told you I was in graduate school.
Right.
I do a lot of teaching of voice, and I love working with people's voices. So the majority of my time I spend doing that. But I feel like music is kind of like once you're a musician and once you're an artist, you're always an artist, right? It's like, I always think of it kind of like that bad boyfriend that you really shouldn't get together with, but they're really, really fun, and you just can't help yourself. You just keep them getting back together and back together again. There's just nothing you can do about it. That's what I tell my students, too. They say, I don't know if I want to be a singer, and I'm like, well, if you really love it, there's nothing you can do about it. So I spend as much time as I can.
Good. I'm going to ask you to do 2 songs in a row here. Great.
Okay, this first song is River Wide, and it's off of my CD, Imaginary Friends. Take me down by the river wide, bring your babies and bring your bride. Take a dip in the boiling tide. Better pray that the river is on our side. Better pray that the river is on our side. My brother, don't you lie to me and tell me that I'm safe inside this fantasy. Don't you know they won't take me alive to the river and the anger with the sinner inside? And take me down by the river wide. Bring your babies and bring your bride. tide. But I pray that the river is on our side. Lord, look how the water rises. Better pray that the river is on our side. Lord, look how the water rises. Better pray that the river is on our side. On our side. On our side. My lover, in the night when the wind is wild, you treat me like a demon and you treat me like a child. Give me up to the violent till the river is a fever gonna drag you in and take me down by the river wide. Bring your babies and bring your bride and take a dip in the boiling tide. But I pray that the river is on our side. But I pray that the river is on our side. My enemy is ready and I feel the burn. Wanna hurt them so bad, I can feel the urn. When I give in to the devil, I can give in to the war. And the river and the devil battle settle their score. And take me down by the river wide. Bring your babies and bring your bride. And take a dip in the boiling tide. But I pray that the river is on our side. But I pray that the river is on our side. Ooh, on our side. Thank you. This next song is a little song, and it's about my dog, and it's called My Doggy. Once I was lost, but now I'm found, 'cause I got you. Yesterday you ate my shoe, but I don't mind, 'cause I love you. And every day you wait for me, and I come home, and you smother me. Always asking for a little walkie, and I'm lucky, 'cause you're with me, my doggy. Here I am at the 9 to 5, I can't hear you. Coffee machine and a cubicle, I'm lucky, 'cause I'm with you. Depending on the economy, if I don't deliver, they'll fire me. Come home from the grind and you're waiting for me. I'm lucky, 'cause you're with me, my doggy.
In case you just joined us, we have Nora Whittaker as our guest today. We have put together a little slideshow of some photographs of you and one of your recorded songs underneath, and it's actually the River song.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of cool. They heard you live, and now we're going to hear the song, that same song on your record.
Thank you.
So here we go.
Take me down by the river wide. Bring your babies and bring your bride. Take a dip in the boiling tide. Better pray that the river is on our side. Better pray that the river is on our side. My brother, don't you lie to me and tell me that I'm safe inside this fantasy. Don't you know they won't take me alive to the river and the anger with the sin inside. Take me down by the river wide. Bring your babies and bring your bride. Take a dip in the boiling tide. Better pray that the river is on our side. Better pray that the river is on our side. Lord, look how the water rise. Better pray that the river is on our side. Lord, look how the water rise. Better pray that the river is on our side.
Okay. Yeah, I like that song, that River song. It's nice.
Thank you.
Now, do you perform solo much these days?
I do. I've been doing a lot of what I refer to as doobie-doobie-doo gigs, where I play like some background music through Brandywine Valley Talent.
Okay.
I'm doing like weddings and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I really like weddings.
I used to DJ, and they used to be fun.
Yeah. I feel like I like to do the cocktail hours, and I feel like I'm doing a soundtrack for the person's life. It's kind of cool.
Now, what are some... You've played in Philly, but you've also played other places outside of Philly. What are some of the places that you've gone to perform?
California.
Cool.
That's actually where my husband and I fell in love. As
he was in the audience?
Tour. He actually is Ben Cleo, who's in the Nora Whittaker band. He's his best friend.
Okay.
And so he decided to come on tour with us, and the rest was history. He carried my keyboard, and I was sold.
Can you think of a gig that you had that was very memorable to you?
I think the favorite one that I did was opening for Bruce Springsteen for the Obama on the Parkway concert in Benjamin Franklin Parkway.
I do remember reading that on
was
your
fun. That
website.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up?
I am doing a lecture at Temple University on January 20th at 5:30 on vocal health.
Uh-huh.
And about like what to expect from voice lessons versus voice therapy.
Okay.
And you know, I may be working on a new CD. I might have a solo gig coming up, and I'll post it on my website if I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since you mentioned that, what is your website?
www.norwhitaker, NORAWHITTAKER.com.
That's easy to remember.
Good.
Nothing
weird.
Why don't you do another song here?
This is for you, Ray.
Okay. Oh, it's a song I really like, yeah.
It was a Sunday, a bright Sunday morning. No dreary Mondays, and all I can see is sky from the window, your face on my pillow. And I'm not ugly today, and I will be lovely, beautiful, lovely. And I will be lovely when I wake, and I looks like she is looking at me. She puts on the lipstick to cover the ugly. Her divisive symmetry. She said God has made me a little unlucky, but I will be lovely when I wake. And laugh isn't lucky to her, and laugh isn't lucky to me. My friend Kirsten, who models and married an actor, she fits in with high society. Sunday she told me she could never be lovely, lovely like somebody like me. And it's kind of confusing and somewhat amusing. She seems so leggy and long and free, and she will be lovely, beautiful, lovely, and she will be lovely when I wake, and I will be lovely when I wake.
Yeah, I like that song.
No, you do. I practiced it especially for you.
Well, thank you.
Good.
You have what, 2 CDs?
I have 2 CDs, and then I put out a CD with The Hustle.
Okay. And what? I forgot to ask you to bring your CDs so we could show them.
Oh, I have one in my bag over there.
Oh well, your husband is there. Maybe he could
You could grab it for
grab
us.
it and bring it over here.
Carry my keyboard, etc. See? That's why I married the guy.
I'm going to ask you to put it up there. You're going to do it at an angle because of the glare there. See if it works. And what's the title of that one?
This is called Imaginary Friends. And I did it with the Nora Whittaker Band with Dan Quill and Ben Cleo.
Uh-huh.
I also have an earlier CD, which is easiest to get the earlier CD, which is called Other People's Secrets, is online. I'm almost sold out. Not going to reorder. Okay. And
I remember, I think maybe you were at the point one time you were talking about that. And I remember you said that you didn't necessarily like to write songs about your life, but you like to write songs about other people's lives.
I do. I kind of write, well, I kind of changed a little bit about that. I like to write songs about other people's stories, 'cause that's what really interests me.
Right.
But, I mean, my dog is about my dog, so that's about my life.
That's true.
That's right.
Now, did anybody realize that you wrote a song about them? But
yes.
And did they say, why did you do that? Or they were cool with it?
They were cool with it.
That's good.
They were cool with it.
Cool.
And since then, I've made it a little bit more subversive.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that's too obvious. I gotta change it.
Right. Now, where have you gotten airplay for your music?
WXPN, and I've been, one of my songs was featured a while back on Car Talk on NPR.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Because I love NPR, and I listen to it all the time, and that was one of the highlights.
You want to do that song?
Which?
The car song. Do you remember it?
Oh, man, no.
Okay.
I had to practice.
Put you on the spot there.
I know. That's okay. That's okay. I'd have like one of those lyric things.
Uh-huh. So that's neat. Okay.
Yeah.
And where else have your did you? I know my own CD. It's difficult to send it out to a bunch of radio stations.
Yeah.
But
it's changed nowadays.
Yeah. Where else have?
There's a station down in Delaware that's played it. And I think I got some airplay over when I used to tour in California.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say you're kind of like working on a new CD, maybe?
Yeah, I'm taking my time. Right now I'm doing this music thing for fun and for me, and just kind of taking my time with it. And when, I'm very busy with school and I want to do it right,
Mm-hmm. What are you taking in school?
I'm getting a master's in speech language pathology
in
Temple. And I went and I pursued that degree because, as I said, I'm a voice teacher.
Right.
Very passionate about that. And it was an opportunity for me to learn more about the human voice and how it works and everything.
Cool. And when are you going to be done?
Spring.
Yay.
It's been 3 years, graduate school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better you than me.
Hey, my dad went back to graduate school, you know.
Did he?
Yeah, when he was, I think, 50.
Okay. Well, I'm older than that, so.
I'll pretend you're 50, though. How's
Okay. Oh, let's see here. What am I going to ask you? Well, you mentioned the car talk. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So let's just go into another
Sure.
song here.
Sure. This is called I'm Over. And oh, I'm over the break in the road, like I'm older, over the break in my soul. Oh, how you soldier on, papering your faith to the walls. I know, oh, how the healing goes. It's alright on another break in the road. Why do I let you treat me this way? Too fast, too far, too long. I fade away. But you trust in the government thing, they can change your tune. But you're left with the wreck of a mess of a wreck to blame on everyone but you. And oh, I'm over the break in the road, like I'm older, over the break in my soul. Oh, how you soldier on, papering your faith to the walls. And know, oh, how the healing goes. It's alright on another break in the road. How can you rough it up and believe when winter is on the wing and nothing's left on the tree? But there's a kind of madness in the way you make your move. I can't help but be caught up in life and the madness of your groove.
What was the name of that song?
I'm over.
You're over?
I'm over.
Oh. I was looking at your keyboard here. It looks a little different than the ones I've seen. You got all these doodads, and talk about that keyboard a little bit.
This is a Nord. Nord electro too, and I really wanted to find something with a good kind of Rhodes and organ sound.
Uh-huh.
Especially for work like in ensembles, adding some like coloring and stuff like that.
Right.
And my other keyboard's great for piano sounds.
Right.
And it's a bit bigger. This one's great for organ type sounds.
So what are all these little doodads up there?
Well, you've got your organ over here. You can do organ. It's really loud. And you can get a pedal to like change it and everything. And yeah, and you can add like different effects on it. Like if I were to go back to this one, I wanted to add some more tremolo. You can take off. I've got a lot of like overdrive on this. Kind of gives it like a distorted sound.
Yeah, yeah.
You can take that out. You can put it
Oh,
back.
good. It's not
Yeah.
me.
No. I always liked that. I liked that.
That's
I like
cool.
the distorted thing. You can do like. You can do chorus. Which we want to today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Fun. Yeah.
Fool around with all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and I have friends who have asked me to come in and record with this thing because it's just so darn fun. It's just got a great Rhodes sound, a great organ sound.
Any new projects, music projects coming up?
Not really. You know, I'm really into like the voice teaching thing,
Okay.
and you know, yeah. I mean, there will be. You know, as I said before, you can't avoid it. And again,
So if somebody wants to take voice lessons from you, how do they do that?
they can email me through my website, and that's where the best way to find me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's one of my great passions.
I
love
should do
it.
that.
Yeah, everybody should, you know. I'm amazed to find people who sound a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you work with them for a while, they've really there's so much more flexibility with your voice than you probably initially have thought.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating.
And you don't have to use auto-tune as much in the studio.
No. You know, there's ways, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that depends. You can use auto-tune if you want to get like a really straight tone. Anyway, it's long.
Yeah.
I could talk for, you don't want to get me into that.
I'll tell you what, we got some more time here, and I'm going to ask you to do another 2 songs together.
Okay, sure. This song is called Mean World. It's a mean world we're living in. I see it in a Sunday bulletin. A young face plastered on the page, reputation smeared on the stage. It's a mean world we're living in. I see it in a mother on a tailspin with a not my child mentality. You say you gotta take it when it comes down. If you don't, you got no business in this town. I don't want nothing to do with you. If you're gonna play me like a fool, it's a mean word. This next song is a song that I actually co-wrote with Kufnas of The Hustle, and it is called On the Radio. They tell you what you want to do, going to the road with your traveling shoes, swaying limbo
It's nice.
Thank you.
You co-wrote that?
Yeah, it was very different.
Or the first one?
This one I co-wrote. Well, he added verses and stuff like that. So I don't rap.
Have you co-written songs before?
I have. I've co-written some songs. I co-wrote a song with Eric Balke.
Okay.
I know you know. And I've done some co-writing stuff for musical theater. And right now I kind of co-write with my husband. Plays drums. Tells me what to, you sing like this here. Yeah.
And how do you find that process?
Well, I like it. I like it. Sometimes I have like an idea though. It's kind of hard to. If it's something that I'm coming into like a situation with, it's a little harder because it's very precious.
And do you focus on the melody or the words, or both partners do both things?
The thing that I'm really kind of most opinionated about is kind of how the vocal line's going to go, because I'm always looking for like, how can this song really be able to be part of like a 4-hour set? Because I've had to do shows for 4 to 5 hours by myself before. Yeah. So is it going to work? How's the pacing going to be like? Is it something? Can I get the right sound and this range and stuff like that? And is this melody something that's going to stick in my head? That's some of the other things. I tend to be a little bit more flexible with.
Now, you had something to do with a Zero Coke commercial or something?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
My friend Dave Quicks, who has his own solo project, he called me. He was one of the facilitators of the Burn Down All-Stars, like a hip-hop group from Philly. And he called me because they were looking for female vocalists. And can you be here in 20 minutes? And I said, what? How much an hour? I'll be there. So, yeah, it was a really good experience.
So, were you in a group, or did you sing
in a group,
solo?
We did like backup singing. So when you look at the commercial, if you've ever seen it, the models are lip syncing what we recorded.
Oh, okay.
There were about like 4 other females there.
Did you have to drink some of that first?
I did drink Coke Zero at the time.
Yeah.
And I bought it more afterwards. Yeah. Whenever we saw the commercial on TV, we'd be like, ka-ching!
Right. Well, we have a little slide thing here of some of your links, like your website and so forth.
Great.
And underneath we have one of your songs, which I forget which one it is. So we will give that a listen.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Go on, don't have to show you what it's about. Go on, you see how easily it comes out of my mouth. Go on, save yourself now, sister. Go on, see what you need, and for God's sake, don't look back at me. Waiting for you was not the best time that I ever had, but when you came around, just said.
Okay, and why don't you? Here we go again. We've been doing this back and forth.
I know, and I'm probably banging it.
And what was I going to say? I'm like totally lost.
I made you speechless, right?
You made me speechless.
My vocal prowess. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you say your website one more time?
www.NoraWhitaker.com.
Now, you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook, but it's just a personal Facebook site. I think I'm hard to find.
So, okay.
I'm hard to friend.
But if they find you, maybe you'll let them be your maybe. Now that's a good. That's a waste of time, isn't it? Facebook, you can waste a lot of time on.
I like seeing getting all the gossip.
Because
I love gossip. So, celebrities, the person next door.
Right.
I like it.
Tell you what, let's do another song.
Okay, great. This is a song called Buddy Coal Mine. It's off of Imaginary Friends. And this is for my Grammy. Oh, buddy coal mine, with your ear to the ground. You felt your mama, no, without any sound. Nobody coal mine. children who hear the monster roar. Make me a witness of what he has in store. Don't fear the monster with the jaws and the teeth that bite. No, no, it's Buddy Coleman who keeps me up at night. Oh, Buddy Coleman, with your ear to the ground, you found your mama, no, without any sound. Nobody Coleman, there ain't nobody else around. Don't know. Oh, when you made your mark on this cold, dry, roasted town. Oh, no, no. And you made your mark on this cold, dry, roasted town.
Another nice song.
Thank you.
Our next show, I believe, is the 12th, and we have a little slideshow of the performer. Her name is Heidi Winsinger. She's from New Jersey,
Okay, great.
and she's very good. And we're gonna listen to a little bit of her music, and we'll be back and ask you to close this out.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
I lived on the air, hang so close to you. Surround me with your sweet, fragrantly retreat. You're like a honeysuckle dream, keeps me awake. Beneath the tangled vines await the night's release. Lord, with promises, pregnant lips receive. Drink of honeydew.
Okay, and again, I couldn't see on our monitor, but I'm pretty sure it's the 12th, and that'll be the next show.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to ask you to do one more song.
Okay, thank
Nora?
you for having me, Ryan.
Hey,
This is
thank
a
you.
wonderful thing. Thank you. Strange as it seems, patiently wait in the trees for me.
Nora, that's wonderful. And the whole show
you.
is wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.